But let's jump in with your stories. Abby, when you started working at Planned Parenthood, you were excited about being a part of that organization. I'm assuming all three of you actually had that perspective. And I really want to paint that picture for those of us that have always been perhaps on the pro life side. We don't understand the argument, we don't know what would attract a person to that venture, to that effort. So paint that picture for us. Why, as a college young woman, Abby, did you feel like abortion was something to defend?
When I first got involved with Planned Parenthood, I didn't have a really solid opinion either way about abortion. But the woman that I met with Planned Parenthood was really emphatic that abortion needed to be safe and it needed to be legal, and that Planned Parenthood was helping women. And, as a young woman, I was 21 and, sort of this ideologue at the time, I'm thinking, okay,
Sure.
well, I want to help women, right? Who doesn't want to help women? And I remember the first day that I went to the clinic and I showed up and it was sort of like a circus outside. So, you had people who were praying quietly and were trying to reach out, but you had people who were yelling and you had people with, really huge signs that were graphic. And then you had people with signs that said, ask me about a free pregnancy test, so it was just
kind of calm
it was
things.
very, yeah. So it was this contrast on the sidewalk, but it made it look very chaotic. But I remember that first day, my job was to escort women from their car to the front door of the facility. And, the other volunteers and the staff, they're telling me, this is so that, they won't really hear the voices on the other side of the fence. And I just remember thinking at the time, okay, so if we're pro-choice, right, which I'm here, so I guess I'm pro-choice now. If we're pro-choice, what's the big deal? I mean, okay, they think they want an abortion, but let's say that they hear a voice on the other side of the fence and it calls to them and they go to the fence and this person offers them resources, or they say, have you thought about adoption? Or, I mean, we're for choice, right? So,
Yeah.
so what? If she goes to the fence and she makes a different choice, she gets in her car and leaves.
But for clarification, Planned Parenthood management didn't have your view there, right?
Right. So,
They
I
were
mean,
saying,
I said that. I mean, I
right,
remember saying that to someone. So what's the big deal
right.
if they do go talk to somebody? And, I was immediately met with, Abby, they are terrible. They are manipulating these women. They say they're going to help them, but they don't. They're pro-birth. They're not pro-life, and so I thought, well, I mean, they're the experts,
Yeah.
right? They know what they're talking about.
This is your
I'm
first
new
day,
here.
right?
This is my first day. And so I thought, okay, well, then if they're the bad guys, I mean, from day one, they were painted as the enemy.